An adult lion is 200 kilograms of muscle and bone designed for high-impact combat. It represents the finished product of the savanna's most rigorous selective pressure. However, this massive predator begins as a blind 1.5-kilogram cub hidden in a thicket of grass, lacking the strength to even hold its own head up. Earning a place at the top of this food chain requires navigating a lifelong gauntlet of starvation, disease, and lethal competition. This chart shows the survival rates for a hypothetical group of 100 newborn cubs. At specific biological and environmental filters, the population line drops as the cohort encounters the mathematical reality of life on the plains. Every surviving adult is a mathematical outlier, an individual that successfully beat the biological odds that claim most of its peers. This detail of the survival curve shows the first major bottleneck. Up to 50% of all cubs die before they reach the 3-month mark. For the first few weeks, the mother hides her litter in dense cover, but she must eventually leave to hunt. During these hours, the cubs are defenseless. Hyenas, leopards, and wild dogs can wipe out an entire litter in minutes if they locate the den. The social structure of the pride introduces a different risk. When a new male coalition takes over a pride, they systematically kill the existing cubs to bring the females back into estrus and ensure their own genetic legacy. To counter this, lionesses utilize allosuckling, or communal nursing. By sharing the burden of feeding, the pride distributes the caloric cost of raising young and ensures the cubs have a secondary source of nutrition. The aggression we see in these cubs serves a developmental purpose. Every pounce and bite builds the muscle memory and reflexes they will need to execute a successful hunt in the future. Surviving this stage depends almost entirely on the effectiveness of their spotted camouflage and the collective defense of the pride's adult females. At adolescence, survival strategies diverge. While females usually remain in their natal pride, subadult males are violently expelled by the dominant adults to prevent future competition. This section of the graph tracks the male population as they enter the nomadic phase. This filter claims between 50 and 80% of the already reduced male population. Nomadic males lack the protection and coordinated hunting strategies of a pride. They face high risks of starvation and infection. A minor injury from a zebra kick or a hyena bite can become a fatal handicap without a social group to provide food. Formation of brotherly coalitions is the only statistically viable path through this period. Groups of 2 or 3 males hunt together and defend each other, improving their odds of reaching the physical peak needed to challenge for territory. The adult males that return to the pride system are the products of violent isolation, representing only the most resilient and cooperative coalitions. Ending the nomadic phase requires a violent takeover. To gain access to females and resources, a coalition must physically overwhelm and drive out the resident males in a series of brutal, high-stakes confrontations. Even a successful takeover offers a narrow window for reproduction. Most coalitions hold a pride for only 2 to 4 years before a younger, stronger group of males arrives to repeat the cycle. While males handle territorial defense, prime females sustain the pride through coordinated intelligence. They assign specific roles, like flushing prey toward waiting ambushers, in hunts that require hours of patient positioning. A lion's prime years are a period of constant physical exertion, urgent reproduction, and the perpetual defense of their territory against new rivals. Eventually, the accumulation of physical wear begins to compromise the lion's efficiency. Years of high-impact hunting and combat take a permanent toll on the skeleton and soft tissues. Tooth wear is often the final biological filter. When canines and carnassials become blunted or broken from years of processing bone and hide, the lion loses the ability to kill efficiently, leading directly to starvation. The savanna rapidly reclaims those who can no longer perform at their peak. For an apex predator, there is no grace period once their physical utility declines. From the first weeks in the grass to the final years of the pride, every lion is in a continuous struggle against an unforgiving ecosystem. The massive adults seen on the savanna today are the rare biological success stories of this system. They represent the survivors of an elimination process that claims most of their species before maturity. A lion's power comes from its ability to navigate this mathematically ruthless gauntlet and outlast every biological threat that tried to stop it.